Alright, y'all, so this Gina Marie Gonzales case is like totally wild, so just buckle up. Okay, so you may have already seen my first video, but now some new information has been coming to light, so I'm just going to kind of recap the entire thing. So most of this information has come from Virginia's friend, who went live on Facebook about 2 days ago, giving more detail to the situation after she was supposedly being attacked for her lack of response while it was ongoing before Virginia was ever arrested. However, I did talk to 2 other people who claim to know the family, and they also support some of the information she claims, but not all of it. So, on or around April 25th, 2025, Virginia, or Gina Marie Gonzales, gets arrested around the Austin, Texas area for weed possession. So she was out on the town at the time of the arrest and not at home. So it's really unclear if the police even knew she had kids at home. We're still not sure how word got to Riri's dad, which is an important detail in the next part of the story. Riri is the 7-year-old girl that Virginia had been keeping in unsanitary conditions in a closet and had been starving. It seems like Riri's dad just happened to find out about the situation, not that he was told by the mother or any government official. Upon finding out, he sends his mother looking the kids. It's completely unclear if Virginia had already made arrangements for them that just hadn't played out yet, or if Child Protective Services was stepping in. But it was 5 p.m. the next day after her arrest when the grandmother was the first one to make contact with the children. So it doesn't seem like anybody else had anything in the works. So while I was actually making this video, I rewatched, and she does say that Gina, or Virginia, whatever you want to call her, calls her baby daddy, Riri's dad, and asks for him to get his mom to come bail her out so she can go be with the kids. And I guess at that point, he decides to have his mom just go snatch the kids, you know what I'm saying, take them back. So when Gina got locked up, Riri's dad, obviously, he calls his mom from jail. He tells her to just go pick up the kids from Gina's apartment because she will not bail Gina out. So she doesn't know the exact address. Riri's daddy doesn't know the exact address. He just knows the complex and a general idea of like where her house is within the complex. So some more weird shit to me here, y'all, is supposedly the reason Grandma will not bail Gina out is because they found out, I guess sometime after she took the kids in December of 2024, that the money they had been giving her, that she was telling them she was putting that towards getting their immigration papers straightened out because they're illegal, and she was putting it towards, their son's case, Riri's dad's case. But apparently she was not doing this, and apparently they gave her over $200,000 before they realized that she was not doing this. And again, I don't know why they think she's doing this, because they also supposedly thought she had cancer. So, and can't even take care of herself, she's got to be in and out of the hospital. So this whole part of the story is really fuzzy and confusing to me, but we're just going to keep rolling. So the friend alleges Grandma rolls up the complex, not really sure what unit she's looking for. She starts knocking doors. Eventually, she heads around to the back patio of one that feels like it might be right based on the description. She knocks, and one of her grandkids, peeks out. She can see him. So she makes contact and gets the kids to let her in. So at this point, like I said, it's around 5 p.m. I'm assuming on the 26th. She finds all the other kids asleep in the back room when she gets in the apartment. They're all in the same room together. She asks, why are they all still asleep? One of the kids tells her they've been taking melatonin like they normally do, every time mommy goes out or leaves, stuff like that. They said nobody's been there with them adult-wise since yesterday when their mom left out. She starts just telling them to pack up their stuff because they're coming with her, obviously. The oldest one is 14, but what? So, when Grandma had initially entered the house, she noted that one of the bedrooms smelled like it had a bad odor in it. But she wasn't really super concerned about that. She was just trying to get the kids and just go. So, at this point, all the other kids are packed up. They're getting to the door. They're getting ready to go. She asked one of the older boys, where is Riri? you know, like, where's she at? Go get her. It's time to go. So he's like, well, she's in the closet. And she's thinking, like, okay, well, I mean, you know, kids do weird stuff. Well, go get out of the closet, tell her to get her stuff, let's go. So at this point, supposedly, according to the friend, the boy just leads the grandma to the room, you know, or she follows him, one or the other. They go in there, there's boxes all over the room, there's boxes piled up in front of the closet, and when the son moves the boxes, there is, like, wires. I don't know if it's, like Ethernet cable or, like, phone cable, what kind of wires, but there's some kind of wires, like, holding the two closet doors together, because it's two doors. So she gets a look in there, she sees Riri. She obviously can tell that the girl is, like, completely emaciated, much smaller than when she left her house in December, and she's, like, being barricaded in a closet. So she freaks the hell out, obviously calls the police, and of course, like, CPS so whoops in to come take these kids. Like, Riri is rushed to the hospital, and then everybody's left there with a shit ton of questions. So, obviously, everybody wants to hear about Ava, so let's get to that part. So, during this investigation, the police realized very shortly after, I assume, arriving there, that she should have 8 kids. Count them 8, not 7. Okay, but there is only 8. And this grandma, Riri's grandma, claims she is unaware of an 8th child. When the kids had been dropped off with her years ago, there was only this many, the ones that, you know, she had accounted for. Now, according to the friend, Riri's father and Virginia were not together until after Ava would have been missing. So, I mean, I'm assuming the police have verified that. She was last seen in 2017 when she was just like 2 years old. There are a few pictures of her, but she was never reported missing by Gina, her daddy, her daddy's people, whoever they are, nobody. Now, the grandmother did say that one time she received a piece of mail for Virginia from Child Protective Services in Texas, talking about a little girl named Gina Marie Gonzales. She claims Virginia told her that was her sister's kid she previously had custody of, but she had obviously given it up to her mother, being her having cancer and all that. And I'm assuming police or either this friend has talked to Virginia's biological mother, because she was apparently told, allegedly, that Ava was staying with the other kids at Riri's daddy's house. And apparently these two grandmothers were not in any sort of contact or communication. So, I mean, that is plausible based on the timeline, because she would have known the other kids were at Riri's daddy's. Now, here's where it comes to a twist, y'all. Like, I mean, literally, I wish you had a damn seatbelt in whatever chair you're listening to this in, because this shit is wild. You need to buckle in. So, this same friend, this lady right here, she is claiming that the police are also aware of a newborn baby at some point that Virginia sold to a couple. I'm assuming that was attempting to adopt, being that it was a couple, but I can't verify. But either way, this woman alleges that Virginia had a different newborn other than Ava that she sold. So obviously that indicates what may have happened to Ava. I can't say, but alleged, you know what I'm saying? But let's just read in between the lines here. But, so really there should have been 9 kids. Now this friend, y'all, I'm really not so sure about it, because she keeps saying they just fucked with each other when they saw each other. You know, they were good friends. They fucked with each other. Stuff like that. But she also purports to be a wonderful stepmother. But yet you are hanging around with a woman that you claim is all in the clubs, all in the streets, all in the bars. You fuck with her. You hang out with her. You've been to her apartment admittedly once. Probably more than that. Like, but yet you say you've only ever seen one of her kids. And then in the same breath and video, you claim that she is mean to her kids. You know, yelling at them, they're terrified of her, stuff like that. So which is it? Have you never seen the kids, or are you actually aware of how they are? This same person also claims that she had been out and about partying for years while she was claiming she had cancer, and that she'd still been out and about partying out on the streets when she took the kids back in December. As of right now, there's no further information on Ava's biological dad or her biological family otherwise. There is a little bit more. I will definitely be following this case for sure. So follow me for updates, and comment and let me know what you guys think about this friend and what she's saying.